Hey, you're watching Half Asian Tarot Queen, and I'm Melissa, here to do another reading. There have been a lot of emotions, a lot of tumult, like a lot of drama coming through in the readings as of late. The overall reading for the month was talking about breaking free from some sort of oppressive situation, but that being like a difficult thing. So, yeah, the last couple days have looked kind of good, but this day looks a little tougher. I'm moving through some stuff. I'm starting with the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and at the bottom of the deck I got the Coyote, which this is all about kind of trusting life's detours. When things don't necessarily work out how you thought they were going to, or how you're hoping they were, just keeping the faith and knowing that things have worked out how they were meant to, you know, and to just keep a positive attitude because, you know, things don't ever work out how you think they're going to, but they work out how they're supposed to, you know, and so that's kind of a reminder. And also, it's just kind of like, you might get thrown a little bit for a loop, you know, like you might lose an election or, you know, something that you weren't expecting to happen. Okay, so then we got the Sun, we got Standstill, we got Seer, and we got the Circle. Oh, I'm getting called on a mission here. Okay, so I got pulled away, and anyways, I got distracted and a little bit of tears. So I'm having a emotional day. But anyways, back to the cards. The Sun. This is a card of like really showing up, you know, and like being in the light, you know, and not to shy away from the moment, but like, you know, really kind of showing up. And then it's interesting because you have this sort of like bold, like be in the moment, and then it's followed by the Standstill, which is a moment of sort of taking a pause, you know, and just like knowing that you know, you don't have to. A lot of times there's this trap of like needing to feel like you're doing something, you know, to be like working towards something, but sometimes like working towards something just means like sitting still, you know, because it's really about being connected to all that is, you know, from the right place, you know, from the right intention. And you know, we can get lost in the morass of like trying to stay busy, and sometimes that's the wrong thing to do, you know. Like sometimes you just need to like sit still and heal and trust and have faith that things are going to work out. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, you know. And so it's funny that it comes right after this card of like showing up, you know. But like I think the message is that that's how you need to show up right now. Like not to be like clawing and trying to control and like, you know, but showing up in from a place of peace and like manifesting from there, you know. And then we have the Seer, you know, so this is like kind of manifesting from your mind's eye, and like this kind of like I get this is like my ode to rain tarot. But just sort of like being guided by your intuition, you know, like seeing things from that perspective. So it's just like you need to show up from this place of peace so that you can hear that, you know. And then like the Circle, which is a card of oneness and like knowing that you're connected to all that is. So like the cards that I'm going to get to like are speaking to this like wounded person, you know, in this difficult moment, you know. But the thing is like the way to heal that is to like show up and trust and have faith and be at peace, you know, like that seems so simple, but like that's actually how this pattern or, you know, this wound is going to be healed, you know. And it seems kind of trite and it seems kind of simple, but that's actually, you know, at the fundamental level what needs to happen, you know, and then everything else will grow from that, you know. But like if you can like sit in this peace and trust and have faith and know that things are going to work out how they're meant to, that's all you need to do. Like it's that simple, you know. But it's easier said than done, you know, and oftentimes, you know, especially when things aren't working out how you thought they were going to, it can be really hard to do that, you know. So then I picked some cards from the Radiant Wise Spirit, and I got, interestingly, I got the Queen of Pentacles, which was a big energy in yesterday's reading, so I'll link that here. We got the Seven of Cups. We got the Six of Swords. We got the Nine of Swords. And the Five of Pentacles. So, and then at the bottom, we got the Ace of Swords. So this is like this truth, you know? Like, undeniable truth, you know? And so it's just sort of like, we've got this Queen of Pentacles, you know, who's obviously been, she's been going through a lot because she showed up in yesterday's reading too, but like, there's this confusing, unsettling moment, you know? And so it's like, this is a really difficult moment, you know? She's like moving on from a bad situation to a better situation, but she's like really sort of like beaten down. You know, she kind of wants to give up. Like, she's been through the ringer. She's just like, how much more of this am I going to have to deal with? You know, like, I'm over this, you know. And then there's this card of lack, which this is like totally fundamental at like sort of toxic situations, because it's a feeling of like unworthiness or feeling like you're not enough or you don't have enough, or, you know, like you're out in the cold, you know. And I think that's a really unpleasant feeling to be in, you know. And so I think like in this moment of turmoil, like this is like the message, you know. It's like you gotta show up. Don't coil away. Don't busy yourself and try to deny the feeling, you know. It needs to be healed. It needs to come up. It needs to be healed, you know. But the way to heal that is to be in it and to trust and have faith that things are going to work out how they're supposed to. And it's like, it seems really simple, but that's really, that's it, you know, like that's how you heal this energy, you know. And that is kind of at the foundation of all this like trouble, you know, that's been like plaguing this Queen of Pentacles for some time, you know. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Urban Tarot now. At the bottom, we got the Game Master, the Knight of Swords. So this guy's been coming up a lot in the last couple readings, or recently, you know, and he's kind of like the Game Master. He's got these marionettes, and he's sort of like, you know, sort of manipulating the situation, you know. But then, I mean, that's how I think of it. But it's the Knight of Swords in the traditional deck, which is a message of truth or clarity that's coming in, you know. So, anyways, then we also got, pleasure, the sun, swiftness, truce, and the hermit. So this is interesting because this is often like a Virgo energy, which, you know, it's an earth sign, like it could be this Queen of Pentacles. But this is someone who's kind of gone off on their own on like a spiritual quest, you know. And it's interesting because this person, it's like, it seems like things are like changing for this person, you know. We're going to like good times, you know, pleasure, the sun, and things are changing fast, you know. Like we're moving to something better, but it actually is really good, you know, like really good, you know. And then we have like, you know, the three of Pentacles. This was a significant energy in the new moon in Libra, which was like a month ago reading. But building a new foundation, you know, like things are changing. And then we have the Seven of Cups again, you know, like all this confusion, debauchery, you know, like, but like there's a message coming in, like that energy is changing. And it's like, and then we have like power, which is the Four of Pentacles in the traditional deck, but in this deck it's power. So it's like kind of like going from all this confusion to like empowerment and truth, you know. And there's like these two fours, like this new stability. And then we have underneath this Hermit the Eon, which is like this karmic reckoning card. So it's like there seems to be like this big turning point that's happening, and like whatever it is, it's not turning out how this person expected, and so the upheaval is really unsettling. But whoever this person is needs to know that things are going to work out how they're supposed to. So just keep the faith, even though it seems unsettling right now. Like this is part of change, so just know that it's going to work out, you know. And that can be really hard to do. But yeah, it does seem like things are kind of like flipping on their head right now. So it's just like, even though it looks like things are ultimately moving to something better, it's hard to see the forest for the trees in this moment, because everything's just sort of flipping. And it's just like mostly unsettling. But know that it's going to work out okay, you know, however unsettling it might seem. Okay, so I'm going to pick a couple cards from Starseed Oracle to end the reading. I'm not crying anymore. This reading is cheering me up. Okay, so we got this. We got this recently too. A new Earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Like stuff is changing, but it's gonna be good. So don't get your panties in a bunch, you know. We got lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. You've got this. Even though it seems unsettling and crazy, it's going to be okay. And then all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Which is like, take a moment for yourself. Be at peace. Know that things are going to work out. That's how you're going to heal. And just focus on that. Focus on yourself. Focus on healing that energy. All paths lead home. When you can be at that place of peace with yourself, everything else comes out of that. So just focus on that. Just take this moment for that. Okay. Good luck. Check back soon.